Good afternoon. Happy Sunday. Hope you're enjoying your day. It's beautiful and hot here as usual in Texas. A little bit about what I've been up to. Well, this whole motto of enjoying life as it comes, right? The little things. Well, was hanging out with some peeps recently for a few days. My peeps, as in two dogs. One gigantic one and one small one. Polar opposites, right? So I'm pet sitting for somebody, and this is what happens. It was nightfall, so in this big old king bed, I have to pick up the little girl, and I call her Gizmo because she looks like a gizmo, or better that than saying she looks like a gremlin. Well, I pick up Gizmo. She's too high to jump for her. She's looking at the toy. It's her green toy that's way bigger than her. Well, I bring it on the bed because she was playing with it earlier. She was eyeing it, and then she would jump off, and then I'd have to put her back on the bed. Well, she gets that sucker. Then she started chewing on it and shaking it. And before I know it, she's humping this green stuffed animal. And I'm thinking, oh, please. I said to her, "You're not a boy." I said, "You're a girl. Come on, it's bedtime." And then after she's tearing she didn't tear the stuffed animals. Now, my two girls, they would tear up these stuffed animals. That's why I don't give them stuffed animals anymore unless it's for a few minutes and I'm around, which I haven't done in a long time. So, okay, Gizmo, as I was saying, shakes the animal, then starts humping it again, then goes, and I was cracking up. I know she's fixed. I'm pretty sure she is. And I thought, okay, is this a dominance thing or is it the other thing? Okay. So I was telling the owner, and she's like, "Oh, geez, Okay. So that happened this week. Then something else happened. Okay, this is over on the other dog, the big one. I could not get her in from outside. This rope hook, because she loves being outside for a little bit until it gets too hot, just laying on the grass. Well, that sucker's too big for me to, give her a nudge to come in. Pulling on her collar and everything. Now, I have two dogs, and I've had a goat in my yard from a neighbor that we had to get out. So I ought to know how to get these animals out. Well, it wasn't way after the fact that someone mentioned, just use peanut butter. Give her food. And the big dog loves food. And I'm thinking, duh, why didn't I do that? Because she was outside for 20 minutes or something. Because I couldn't get her in. Finally, she was hot and she wanted water, but I didn't use food. So, good old trick when you're pet sitting. If you know they can have that food or treat, just to lure them with a piece of treat. A few weeks, my husband spilled some gas in the car from the gas tank for the mower or what have you. Well, lo and behold, it smelled like gas. You get in, it smells like gas. You get out, it smells like gas. We're not able to get the gas smells out. So what he did do is he put baking soda on the floor mat to absorb some of it. And last week or so, it was raining several days. We had tornado watches. Well, one night, early evening, he decided to pour out the baking soda onto our driveway. Okay, gravel driveway. Idea was so that the rain would wash it into the soil. Well, I had company over. I had a friend over, and she brought a kid over and a dog. And my husband knew they were coming, including the dog. On their way out to the car, I walked them out, and the kid, the little kid, hand scooped that baking soda into his hand. And he asked me, can my dog have this? This other dog's name. I said, no, you shouldn't really give baking soda to pets. So his mom saw that, heard us, and then I said, well, yeah, you don't want to give it baking soda. And same thing. His mom said, no, don't give that to the dog. And then I had said, well, yeah, sometimes you know people do drink a teaspoon into their water, but then there's this whole thing. There's something in the baking soda. Some baking sodas have aluminum in them, especially if they're not food grade. So that's a no-no. And we don't always know where the baking soda comes from, especially the kind that you do laundry. I don't want to give a label, but it's orange bag. So some of you may know what that is. Well, as I'm taking the baking soda out of the little boy's hand, I noticed the smell. It's got gas into it. Yeah. So I'm thinking, why in the world would my husband pour this in our driveway when their dog was coming, a visiting dog? So fortunately, I ended up walking them out as a goodbye, and had I not done that, who knows if the boy would have just given it to the dog. But the dog is pretty smart. I don't think she would have eaten it anyway with the smells. It's got that toxicity. The smart dog might sense that. So that's something that happened recently. There's a lot of noise here. That's my cue. You have a wonderful Sunday. We'll see you next time. Take a slice out of life. Enjoy it. Make your moments.